Who's he?
Kentman!
He's not important!
Okay. Hello, gamers and collectors. Right before you watch this whole video about WonderFest 2024, Summerfest 2024 released a bunch of new figures that I just wanted to talk about out of nowhere. So we're gonna be talking about those at the end of this video, of the WonderFest videos, figures that you are about to watch now. And then once that video's over, I'm gonna insert back into me talking about these figures, and mostly talking about the ones that I would probably pre-order, or just ones that I would just like to talk about in general. So until then, I'll see you at the end of the video. Today we're going to be looking at WonderFest 2024 Summer, and looking at all the figures that I potentially may want to get in the future, or just figures that I think is cool. And the first one we're going to be looking at is A-Force. It's a single figure from this company, and it's a 1/7 scale of Mitsuru Chitsuru in her swimsuit outfit, and this outfit looks amazing. It's not painted, but the sculpt of this figure looks amazing, especially the face. A lot of Chizurus that come out doesn't really have that great of a face, besides the 1/7 scale Chizuru figure that is based off of the manga cover, which is one that I do want. I don't want to go too crazy when it comes to the Rent-A-Girlfriend figures, but there are a few that I would love to have in my collection eventually. One being that figure I just talked about, and this one that is being made right now in her swimsuit outfit, because I think it's kind of an iconic moment for Rent-A-Girlfriend when they were on the beach and she showed up for Kazuya in that moment, and it was a really good outfit. So I would definitely love to have this and like to see what it's like when it's painted. Also, I'm not going to go into full detail about every figure, because then again we'll be here forever, but I'm going to just share my initial thoughts for certain figures that I really love. Next company that we have is Alpha Max. We have two figures from them, and they are making a 1/7 scale of Akane and Rika from SSSS.Gridman. I think I missed an S. SSSS.Gridman. And not painted, but beautiful sculpts in their swimsuit outfits. And man, first, Rika, she looks superb. This is a show that I might have to go back to watch again, because I'm not really a mecha person, and because of that I didn't really give this show or anime the appreciation it deserves, because I think this anime could be something I could really enjoy, and I think I would really love the characters. So far I only like Rika from the first impressions that I've seen her. She was a really fun tsundere type character, and you know, she has some nice amazing thighs. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it at all. Then of course Akane, who is a devilish scheming kind of girl from the show, is packing a lot of assets as well with the boobas. I love that she has the beach ball, or maybe a watermelon. It's hard to tell without being painted, but I also like that she has her coat that's kind of slouching down, and I like that kind of style. And I think for the face is really well detailed. The only thing I wish that it would have is more of a devilish smirk, because you know, if you watch the first episode of the season, you know that she's more of a scheming type character. But regardless of the fact, it is a very beautiful figures, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they look like when they are fully painted. Next, we're going to be moving into Amakuni. I think that's how you say that company's name, and we got 5 different figures from this company that I am interested in. First being a original character, I think, is a Agano-chan Arms No. I've never heard of the show before, but I really love the figure itself. The sculpt, the tan, the swimsuit is really nice, and I like this giant ass gun she has, as well as I love the different color, multicolor hair, where you have the red and then you have the white streaks in it. I just think she's a really nice detailed character. And of course, the thighs, as I'm a thigh man, I appreciate this figure so much. So I might actually pick this up just for the figure alone, but I might have to do some research on the show whenever I get the chance to. The next one is a 1/7 scale of Toru from Miss Kobashi's Dragon Maid, and I love this figure. I love the sculpt of it. I got that nice, beautiful Toru kind of style face. The only gripe that I have with this figure is that it doesn't come with the tail. I feels like Toru, a lot of figures that she has doesn't come with her tail, and I feels like a tail is like one of her biggest staples for the character, and it feels weird that it's not here. I feels like it could have been a great, really good set piece for this figure. Now they could add that on later, but most of the time when a sculpt is kind of made in this form, this is pretty much the base form of what it's going to look like. I really like the swimsuit details. The thighs is looking really great. I love the sculpt of the hair, and I like this peace sign that she has. The only thing it's missing is the tail. The next figure that we're going to be looking at is Atelier Sophie, one of my favorite characters from the Atelier series, and I love this swimsuit version of her attire. It is a reminiscence of her actual attire from her green and yellowish long trench coat she wears for most of the game, of the first game, and I love that they use a lot of that in her jacket swimsuit that she has. And then I love the actual colors that they use for the swimsuit that kind of reminisces of her hair, and it's a nice innocent and beautiful pose, and the sculpt is really nice. I love this figure so much, and I will definitely be picking this up and pre-ordering it the day it goes on for pre-order, so I'm definitely looking forward to this as well. Next one is going to be a 1/7 scale of Makima, looking so menacing and scary but beautiful at the same time. I feels like out of all the Makima figures I've seen, this is probably one of the best figures. The fact that even with a simple design that Makima has with just a black business suit, this has so much personality that it makes me really want this figure. That the first is the face. The face is everything for Makima. That look and that menacing, scheming look that she has, that you never know what's going on in her mind, is fully captured and displayed on this figure. And I love that the hair is swaying in the wind as she's walking, and then the trench coat that she has is also like moving and blowing into wind in a dynamic way. The base could have been a little bit better. I feels like the base could have been like, I don't know, her walking on the street, or her on the temple grounds in one of the episodes that she was in, or something. I feels like the base could have been a little bit better, but overall I think it's a great figure. Depending on the price, I might actually pick this up, because I've been looking for one good Makima figure, and this might be the potential contender for that. Moving into a Nikke figure of Alice, a 1/7 scale of her Sweet Home version attire, and there's gonna be a lot of Nikke figures that show up in this presentation, and my wallet is about to be broke, because I set out the quest to buy every single Nikke figure that comes out, and a lot of them look so good, and I know a lot of them is gonna be super expensive. Like the Helm figure that just got announced for a 1/4 scale from Fring is $300, and I'm like debating if I want to actually buy that. I want it, but $300 is a big asking price for a single figure, even if it's a 1/4 scale, and it does look really good. However, I don't know. But regardless, Alice, she looks amazing. Alice is cute. I love her. She's super adorable, especially since the recent casino event that happened with Alice in her bunny outfit, and just how adorable she is. Every time she's on screen, I always smile and laugh at the things that she comes up with and says, and I think she's a great, bubbly, not truly dense, but funny and not everything going on character that just enjoys life to the fullest, and I think this outfit is just beautiful. So I most likely will be picking this up, and I'm looking forward to this, and the sculpt is just absolutely amazing. It's like they literally just pulled it straight from the game, and I absolutely love it. Moving into the next company, we're moving into Ami Ami, which we had two figures from Ami Ami that I am looking forward to, and the first one is being a Shinon from Tales of Arise, a 1/7 scale figure, and it's only been announced and not actually shown, but it's been announced that they are going to be making a figure, and when that does happen, I'm looking forward to seeing what that is. But moving into the figure that I mostly care about is a 1/7 scale of Ryza in her seaside house attire, new swimsuit Ryza, which I'm always a fan of, and this is from Ami Ami, and this sculpt on this is absolutely gorgeous. I love that she's eating a sweet treat. She has that beautiful Ryza smile, that bubbliness, and this outfit, that swimsuit I think is captured off of the anime versus the game, and I love it. I love it. I love that she's sitting on this beach ball, and you actually can see the pressure of her sitting on the beach ball, and then just everything else from the abs, the thighs, and everything. I mean, when it comes to toward Monimo, always perfect character designs, and it's gorgeous. I mean, obviously I just recently opened up 2 new Ryza figures, and my quest to just buy every single Atelier Ryza figure, mostly every Atelier figure, but mostly Ryza figures, and this one is definitely peak gorgeous. So I'm definitely will be picking this up, and I cannot wait to see what it looks like when it's colored. Next, we're looking at Any Game, which they had 2 figures, 1 announcement, and 2 figures that I will be looking at. One being Shell Studio. They were along with Shell Studio, which is also part of AmiAmi. I don't know how that really correlates, but regardless, they announced that they're going to be making a Mortaria 1/7 scale figure, and I cannot wait for that. And it's going to be based off her nighttime gown outfit that she has in the game, the skin that she has in the game when she's hugging Commander, and it is going to be super cute. But the one that is being made by Any Game is 2 figures of a 1/7 scale of a Taco and a Gato office lady attire, and they are both painted and sculpted, and both of them look super hot. I don't typically try to buy a lot of Azur Lane figures because my wife is trying to buy a lot of the Azur Lane figures, but these 2 are my favorite characters from the game, so I might have to pick these up if so. I mean, you obviously can see a print of them in the mirror here that's on the wall over there. Next, we got 2 figures from Any Gift, which is also another collaboration with AmiAmi, I think, but a different studio working with them, but it's separate. But regardless, we have 1 announced figure of Crown, the naked version of her from Nikke that is planned to be released, which I am looking forward to. As you know, I was not able to get the skin in the game because the lottery gacha system for the skin was bullshit, but I still love the game nonetheless. And now that I can't have her in the game, I can have her in real life, and I'm sure this is going to be a goojala bunch of money, but I will sign my life away for it if I have to. I can tell you 2 reasons why I'm getting this figure, and it's not for the purity, but other than the obvious elephant in the room, I think this sculpt is super well done. I love the hair. The hair sculpt of this is so well done. The detail of it is really superb, and I love the different accessories they put in her hair. And I love this like nighttime gown shirt that she's wearing, where it just covers up enough to show that she might be wearing panties and she's wearing a swimsuit, but she's not because how thick she is. And I think she has the 1 garter belt that's squeezing on her thigh for a nice good thigh squish. And I just love the overall look that she's like in this like pose. I don't really know how to describe it well, but it's a great figure, and I'm sure once it's colored, it's gonna look even better. So either me or my wife is gonna probably buy this. Probably my wife, because she buys a lot of the Azur Lane figures. But yeah, that is a must-have in this household for sure. Next, we got Apex Toys, and they had 2 figures that I cared about that I wanted to talk about. The first one being a Formidable, a 1/7 scale illustration version, and everything about this figure looks amazing. You got the fur like on her looking all cool, and it has the actual detailed fur. Her hair sculpt is really nice. I love the way they detailed her dress. I don't know what skin this is based off because I stopped playing the game around this point, but I do know Formidable, and I do love Formidable, and I think I might have to pick this up whenever it goes on sale. I want to see what it looks like when it's colored. I'm assuming that it's going to be like a black and blue dress, maybe. I don't know, but I do love that the thigh highs have a little bit of a thigh squish. I love the chair pose that she's sitting and kneeling in the chair, and it's a very unique base. And I just love the fur. It's an instant eye catcher for sure. Next, we have another Azur Lane figure of Ori. Now, I'm mostly talking about this in the compliments of my wife, who also loves this character in Azur Lane, and I love a good sitting down figure, or laying down figure, be more precise, and the details of this figure looks amazing. I love that the base is the actual bed mat, and you have a lot of different bed accessories, from the different throw pillows, you have the bed covering, and just the actual squish of her being on the base, and then just her herself. I mean, what's not to love? I mean, she really leaves a little bit to the imagination, and I love that the dress even shows that it's like kind of slouching down and barely hanging on to her gorgeous body, and the sculpt of her hair looks amazing. I love the accessories of her, how well the detailed of her accessories and bracelets look, and you even have a little bit, a lot of thigh squish on her garter belt here, and I love that the bird is even touching the butt. I don't know if that's a Finding Nemo joke, but he's probably getting a lot of hate from a lot of people right now. But this 1/7 scale figure of Ori looks amazing. Moving into Belfine, we got a 1/6 scale of Severia Bliss from Valkyria Chronicles 4 in a swimsuit, and oh my goodness, oh my god, this looks so superb. The detail in her hair, the swimsuit, just how gliss she looks, and just how beautiful she looks, and I cannot wait to see what this looks like when it's painted. Now, Valkyria Chronicles 4 is a game that I enjoyed very much. I do love a good tactical RPG, and I think her being one of those characters that still gets figures to this day. When that game came out, it feels almost like 5 years ago, it's still getting figures because of how eye-catching she was for a lot of people. Yeah, 2018, so 6 years ago at this point, and she's still going strong. I feels like out of all the characters, she is the only one that gets a lot of figures. I wish other characters would get some appreciation from the series as well, but regardless of the fact, I love Severia Bliss, and I think that she had a very, very capturing character presence in the game. And I love that she even has like this towel shawl that's like kind of hanging off of her as she's like kind of throwing the towel off, and of course she can't go anywhere without her rapier because she has to be defended all the way. I love that it is a swimsuit version, but it's still unique to the character itself, that she would carry her sword to the beach, she would have a dagger that's on her side just for safekeeping, and I love that her shoes have like these little frills on it. It's a really, really detailed figure, and I love it. I cannot wait to see what it looks like when it's detailed. Then, moving into Clay now, we have two figures from this company that I'm going to be talking about. First being an original character, being Rai-chan, a 1/7 scale figure, and the only reason why I'm talking about this is because it's made by my favorite artist, Torida Monimo. And it looks absolutely gorgeous. It has that nice Torida Monimo feel to it, and I love the cat girl ears. I love the detail in the hair. The design is really nice. I love the outfit. They really love alchemy and magicians, and it looks like this one is going to be more of a samurai. And I love that you could actually see the sword that is kind of in a unique pose on the back. It's going kind of like upside down on her show. I don't know if it's on her side or on her back, but for the most part it looks really amazing. And of course you have to have that trademark thigh squish in the thighs that they love drawing, and I love that it has a nice little wave. I cannot wait to see what this looks like when it's painted. The next one is a dual figure, a 1/7 scale of Chocolate and Vanilla Dream China version, and mostly I'm looking at this for my wife because she is looking forward to buying all the Nekopara figures, and she's previously gotten in her quest of buying a lot of the pop-up parades, which you'll be able to see her video on that whenever she does unboxing on her channel. But these figures looks amazing. I love the details in these figures. You got Chocolate, who has these nice, like, they both have Chinese dresses, but they look super superb. There's so much detail and care, and it's kind of hard to kind of tell what's happening because it's not colored, and I'm waiting for what these figures look like colored. And then you have, Vanilla here chilling, kind of falling on or sitting on this like statue, which it looks really cool. She's holding out this mochi, I'm assuming that it is going to be, or some type of tree. And then you have Chocula also holding the tree, but she's standing in this like nice dynamic pose. I think the sculpt and the posing is really nice, and I love the detail on the skirts, and I love that you have a little bit of a undershot of Vanilla from the way she's sitting, but her tail also kind of censors a lot of the important bits. I think there's just a lot of unique and fun ways that this figure was being made, thought of when it was being sculpted, and it looks really cool. I apologize if my vocabulary in detailing when it comes to figures isn't to the best. I'm very new at these review figure videos and stuff, and I want to get better at them as I go through doing more of these figure videos and everything. So I appreciate anyone that is kind to me when trying to describe these figures in the best way that I know how, and I want to get better at them as time goes on. So I appreciate anyone that does watch and sticks with me, even if I don't sound professional as other figure reviewers would, but I try my best. That's all I can do. The next one is from Design Coco. We got 3 figures from them, and we have actually 4 technically, but we have a 1/7 scale of Rim and Rom aqua dress versions, and oh my goodness, these looks amazing. Well, Rim looks amazing, and I know that they're twins, but it feels like Rom, it was a photocopy of what Rim is. And the only issue I have with Rom that I think a lot of people might have is that I feels like her base and color should have been a more pinkish color to go with her color scheme instead of what Rim is. I think Rim, being Rim, makes sense for the color. I know they're supposed to be aqua, but I feels like they could have put a little tint of pink in her base to match her color scheme and her hair color, or I feels like it would have been really cool to see the opposite color for each one. For Rem, it'd be pink, and then Ron be blue. That way it really ties the figures together as a match set. But regardless of the fact, the details of this figure itself is really nice. I love that Rem is still getting figures to this day, as you know, obvious reasons. And I think the fact that the sculpt of her hair, the face expression, and the fact that it's just a simple base, but you have this water effect of the dress, because it's not a typical dress, it's all made out of water, and it looks amazing. You can see that the water is being pulled up to form their dress, and I think they captured that very well. Next up, we have a 1/7 scale figure of White Queen and Kurumi from Data Live lingerie versions. They are both pulling up a stocking, and I love how they correlate with each other, opposite from each other. I love the dynamic of these two, because one, these two have a very odd relationship with each other anyway. More so, Toru has a more of a relationship with White Queen, but I haven't watched Data Live past season 2, so I need to get back into it. But regardless, I love that Kurumi is sitting on a red chair while White Queen is sitting on a blue chair, and they have this nice correlating vibe to each other from black and white. And I mean, the details on both of them are very superb, especially the hair detail on Kurumi. I love that they have that nice vibrant monochrome eye color for her, and then you have the same for White Queen. I don't remember what her original name is, but Tabachi is her like actual name. Origami, more so, Origami Tabachi. But regardless of the fact, unless this is not the same character, it could be a different character, it could be, I don't know. But regardless, they are really beautiful 1/7 scales, and I just wanted to point them out that they are very nice lingerie figures, which most of the time they don't really make really detailed lingerie figures, because this looks like real, like actual leggings or stockings, as well as the lingerie looks like real detailed lingerie. So that is a very good bonus for these figures. So I think these would be best together versus separate, because they complement each other, but you can get one over the other if you decide to do so. And the one figure that I'm mostly caring about from this company is the Ryza swimsuit figure, a 1/4 scale, and oh my goodness, I mean, what is not to say? Ryza is always superb in every figure that she has. I love that each one is more unique than the other, and I love that they have this little like floating tube, they have this basket full of fruits, and you have the towel that looks very detailed, and her swimsuit in general looks really detailed and nice. I love that they always give her this white kind of swimsuit. I think that's just what she's keen on, but you also see these like yellow incense on her, as well as you have a nice little ribbon that's on the thigh to always show that good thigh squish. The sandals, and I love that she's like walking off of the, well, it looks, I feels like the base should be kind of rotated a little bit. I do like that they put a lot of thought into the base. However, it makes it look like she's coming out of the water versus, you know, coming off of the beach. I feels like maybe if it was turned to the side, so like the water is on one side and then the beach is on the other side, because I could see her walking across the beach, but her coming from the water is a little weird. But regardless of the fact, I love it. I love that she has these nice little sunglasses. The detail in her hair looks beautiful, and I just love that overall face. They captured it well. I think the only added bonus for this figure would be like a test tube that she normally has for synthesizing on her side, would be like an added bonus, but regardless of the fact, it's a beautiful figure. Next up, we have one figure from Fring that I cared about, which is a 1/7 scale of Yuma from Senran Kagura, one of my favorite series that I wish would come back, very much so. But this is the Azur Lane crossover version of her, and we're just gonna address the elephant in the room. She has amazing boobs. Just let's get it out there. And I love that she has these like barely nipple covers that is just, you know, leaving a little bit less to desire. And I mean, being from Fring, this is probably going to be like $200, which is going to suck. But I really want this Yuma figure because I love that they're still making new Yuma and Senran Kagura figures, especially that there's a lack of the games. Senran Kagura is a game that revolves around ninjas and different girls going around fighting for their respective schools, and if they take enough damage, they do lose clothing. And I love how that's kind of captured in this figure in some ways. And I even love that she has the scroll in between her boobs, because that's kind of how she does her transformation into this outfit. So I think they captured this pretty well. I think this is the key art from her in the game. I wouldn't know, I didn't get the character unfortunately in the game. However, I do love Yuma a lot. She's my favorite character from Senran Kagura, and I most likely will be picking this up. Next, we got Hobby Sakura, and we have 4 different figures from this company that I want to talk about. The first being a Ryza figure. There's been a lot of Ryza figures that was announced at this event, and I'm not mad at it. It's gonna be a 1/6 scale Ryza of her Atelier Ryza 2 outfit, and it's her sitting down eating an apple. This one was already shown off at Small Fest, so I won't spend too much detail on it. However, I love this figure. I love the look of it. I love that even if you turn it around a little bit, that you see her actually take a bite of the apple. It's a really gorgeous figure. I love it. I'm definitely going to be pre-ordering it. I think it's already available for pre-order, and I will definitely be picking that up. Moving into another set of figures that I am super excited for. They're kind of like maybe Nandroids, but close to it. They're called deformed figures, and there's of different Nikke characters. You have Sakura, you have Noir, you have Blanc, you have Privata, you have Alice and Rupee, all looking cute, super detailed for small figures like this. Even when it comes to Noir and Blanc's yukata design skins, and I am loving them. I'm going to buy them regardless because they're really cute. I don't know if they're going to be individually sold or just as a set sold. Regardless of the fact, I'm definitely going to be buying these, and they look really cool. I like, even if when they're small, they have all the finer details of, you know, the super big sexy thighs, the detail of their clothes, the super cute expressions. They're really nice. And if this is like the set vibe for new Nandroids. And the next one is a 1/7 scale of Sakura from Nikke in her second, I think, no, this is her original skin, but I love how because she's a mafia or a yakuza kind of character, and I love that she has her trench coat jacket on the side, and it captures the key art from the game very well, very detailed. I love the style, and I will be picking it up. I mean, it's Nikke. Regardless of who is making it, I'm mostly going to be buying it. And Sakura originally in the game is not that good, but her character design is absolutely flawless. Shift Up knows how to make a beautiful, amazing character. And of course, we also have a 1/7 scale of Rupee from Nikke as well, and I think they captured this superbly well. I love the fact that they also included that she has all this gold and coins on the ground, because she is one of the people that's in charge of the shop and she likes shopping. And I love that they captured the scarf that she, or jacket that she has on her waist, and the skirt and the thigh squish. You have the nice sunglasses that has the over top Garu shopping kind of vibe. You have all these different shopping bags. I think they captured this super well. And then the gun detail, you can't see from the back, but I'm sure when it comes to the gun detail, it's going to be amazing. And the hair, oh my god, I could spend all day talking about this figure, but I'm not, because we got a lot to talk about. But moving on, we got another figure, one figure from Kai Yodo, which is a Hatsune Miku figure, a 1/7 scale of her golden fish figure. And it's not painted, but they did bring the key art for the figure. And going off of the key art, I'm assuming this figure is going to look absolutely gorgeous. I mean, there's been a lot of Hatsune Miku figures, and I have a lot of Hatsune Miku figures as well. And for the 15th anniversary Racing Miku that's coming out next year, that is the main Miku figure I'm going to be buying. But I might have to also buy this because I love the way that it's sculpted. I love that it has this kind of underwater kind of flowy feel, and then her holding the goldfish is just super really detailed. Like this, the detail on this fish is amazing. And then her hair swooshing up the way it is, and then just her overall yukata, how it's flowing. And I love that they even have a one-legged figure. I want to know the weight of this, because I hope that this figure wouldn't lean over time, because it feels like it would, because she's standing on one leg and she has all this like weight from her clothing, her holding this fish and everything else on this one leg. But I also love that the base is also like this lily pad, so it's like she's over the water, but it looks like she's under the water too, from the way the wind is blowing. And I just love the overall sculpt of this figure. It looks so good. The next one, we have a bunch from KADOKAWA's collection, and they had a bunch that were announced, but I'm gonna save those for last. But in the first one we're gonna talk about is this Mai from the Rascal Bunny Senpai, and it looks super good. It's a 1/7 scale. It's supposed to be a reflection of the main character, the guy main character, who I can't remember his name for some odd reason. And it's his sister's outfit that she wears, and I think it's a reminiscence of that, and it's super cute, but it has that Mai charm. It's a pink hooded bunny hoodie, and I love that she's pulling up her thigh stockings. A simple figure of her sitting down in a more relaxed way, and it's very cute, especially the face detail on it is really nice. Next, we got a 1/6 scale of Akano and Riaz in their lingerie outfits, and I think this will be a dual connecting set, because as you could tell from the bases that they will connect together, so you can buy them separately, but they work best together, because after you connect the whole base together, you have this nice wood floorboarding that they have, and then the accessories also matches. You got the rose on the petals on the ground of Riaz's base, and then you have this lantern that's looking really detailed, and then also you have the light back here, and then I think this is like, I don't know, like a treasure box or like a locket type of thing. I don't know, like some type of box, like maybe a makeup kit or something. But regardless of the fact, themselves obviously are very well gorgeous in the lingerie, sexy girls, my girls of high school DxD, and they just look superb. You know, I think Akano, my favorite girl from the entire show, is captured so well. I love that she's in this more playful cheery feel where she's like kind of has her legs up in the air, the thighs. She's trying to give you like a nice good peek, but not too much until, you know, you get into the bed. I love how the hair sculpt comes down and is all laying down on the floor. Very, very nice touch. And then you have Ryza, the queen of herself, who has this nice endearing look. I think for a lot of Ryza figures, the face is never good, but this one really captures the face very well. And I just love that the black nightgown just complements herself, as well as correlates with Akano's style as well. Like, the detail on this is very, very, very nice. And I love the little blue incense for the ribbons that really bows it all together. And then in her throne that she's sitting on with the rose there, really, really nice touch. Definitely probably will be picking these up or pre-ordering whenever they do become available. The next one is a Dakimakura laying down figure of Holo. It's going to be a 1/7 scale figure, and good lord, this figure is gorgeous. I'm not a big Holo fan, but my wife really is. She loves Spice and Wolf, and I mostly think she's going to be getting this. And just the yukata itself of how it's just hanging off of her but still on her, just like kind of laying down on the bed, is just so good. And I love the fact that this is actually a laying down figure that really captures the Dakimakura feel very well. And then the vibrance in her hair, oh my god, it's the one thing that is the best thing about this. I mean, the face as well is really, really nice. It's definitely mimicking the new art style for Spice and Wolf of the remake. And just seeing the strands of hair just flowing down everywhere, and then how vibrant her tail is, and it goes into this like more like translucent feel, is just so good. I love the look of this figure. And they gave us like a couple different shots of this figure, and it looks so good. It looks so detailed, and I love it. And then there was a bunch of different announcements for KADOKAWA collections: Aqua, Darkness, Megameme, Yan for Yuki from Haruhi Suzumiya, which is the one that looked really cute, Albedo from Overlord, and then Ryza from Ryza 3. And I'm assuming it's going to be her sitting down pose, because I would love that. Especially off the key art is just superb, and I feels like no one has made that figure yet, and that's a figure I'm waiting for, and hopefully KADOKAWA delivers on. Moving into Metacross Entertainment, we got two different figures, technically three. One that was being announced. We have a Gairu Ryza figure from Atelier Ryza, and this one just got recently announced, which is funny because this, I guess it's been in the Japanese version of the game for a while, but it just became available in the English version of Ryza, which is the gacha game of the newest Atelier game that's out right now. And I'm always down for a nice tanned Ryza. There was a tan swimsuit version of my Ryza figure that I have, and I really love that one. So I'm assuming Gairu tanned Ryza is also going to be really cute when it does become available, but there's no actual pictures being shown. It was just announced. But then the one figure that is not painted but is sculpted very well is Roberta from Black Lagoon, and oh my goodness, this looks amazing, especially because there's not a lot of Roberta figures, and Roberta is a character that is very popular but is underrated when it comes to figures, and I'm glad that someone is showing her some love. She has her one-handed pistol that she has. I love the way they did her twin braids that's flowing down, and then you have her Maid dress just flowing all over the wind, and I love that she has her nice sexy thigh on this briefcase that's a shotgun at the same time, and just she looks like she's ready to kill. I hope that they make a Revi version that correlates to this, that's almost adjacent to this, and that would be amazing. I love the way this looks, and I cannot wait to see what it looks like when it's painted. Next, we have one figure from Neo Max, which is a 1/6 scale of Nor Chan, another figure that's from my favorite artist, Toridon Monomo, and it looks amazing. Amazing. I love that it has this like sheep type look to it. Maybe it's a sheep or a demon, I can't really tell, but it looks like it's going to be an alchemist as well. I think it's going to be a demon because it has the demon nice tail like a succubus, and you know, you got those nice detailed thighs as it always does. I love the detail of her outfit. I love that the shawl comes down around her boobas and it kind of covers it up. And I love the way that she has this like kind of like succubus kind of feel. She's a succubus. She also looks like she has this like nice little detail eye patch. It looked like she had glasses at first, but when you zoom in more, it's just an eye patch. And I love the detail in the eye patch, the hair sculpt. Oh my god. I gotta look at the key art for this because I'm assuming once it's painted, it's gonna look even better. But like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Definitely an easy pre-order when it comes out. I mean, again, Toriyuda Monoma is my favorite artist, and they do superb work. And then another great artist from Azanagi, of his figures of a 1/5 scale of Akane and Kurumi. One is painted and one is not, and they look super detailed. I feels like don't need to really glaze up Azanagi any more than he already does, but anyone that knows his art and seen his art and his characters, they're gonna be looking voluptuous and beautiful and sexy, and I fear for the safety of these girls if you know his work. But regardless of the fact, the one that is not sculpted looks very well detailed. I love the sculpt, very voluptuous as well. And the one that is sculpted, which I think is Kanade, and I love the fox mask. I love the detail of the sculpt of her hair. The color is very vibrant, and I love this nice peace sign. And you know, it's Azanagi. I don't think I need to go into too detail or reasons why I'm looking at this figure, or maybe why I want it, but I just had to draw attention to it. Next, we got Orca Toys, which they made 3 versions of the same figure. It's an Erza figure that I'm assuming is going to be a 1/6 scale or maybe a 1/4 scales, and I love it. I love the black one because the black one is holding a tray that looks accounted to the movie Revy. I have Revy on the brain. Erza bunny suit that she has in the movie, and it looks really good. But I also like the white version because she's holding a katana. It's of her high kick version of her, you know, being able to kick really cool. And I don't know why she's wearing a bunny suit, but you know, is Erza, so why not? I have my one pop-up array of Erza, but I really would love a real Ryza. I have all these other characters on the brain. What's going on with me? I would love a real Erza figure, and this one definitely captures my heart very well. I love the face, I love the details, I love that it comes in a bunch of different versions. If I had to pick one, I might get the one with the pen that she's holding, but also the one with her holding the sword is also really good. So next, we got Otaku Toys. We got 3 different figures from there in one announcement. We have the first one being a model kit of Red Hood. It'll be a 1/12 scale, well, model kit, and why is it a model kit? I mean, maybe I might get it just to try and build it. I did say I wanted to try to get into doing that. I'm just not good at that, and the fact that it's Nikke, I'm gonna have to get it. I don't know what the price is gonna be, but I'm assuming it's gonna be pretty expensive because plastic model kits are normally pretty expensive, but it's Red Hood. She looks amazing when you do it right, and you're gonna have to paint it yourself, and I love the detail. I love that the scarf that she has is like a real fabric, and it looks like a scarf, and then the, you know, Red Hood, just, I can already tell what it's going to look like when it's painted. Maybe I might do a video of me trying to fix that. There's also going to be a Ryza model kit that's going to be made, and also I might have to pick that up and do a video on trying to build that. If you guys would like to see that, let me know down in the comments down below. And then we got an announcement of Mary, swimsuit version of a 1/7 scale from this company called Reverse Studio. And there's no figure or anything, it's just been announced, but knowing what the character looks like from the game and her swimsuit outfit, I really would love her bunny suit. I'm assuming that Freeing might take care of that, or maybe another company, but this figure is going to look gorgeous when it's actually made. And then we had an actual sculpt figure of a 1/7 scale of Isabel, and it looks amazing, absolutely gorgeous. Definitely captures the key art from her in the game. I love how they did these mechanical wings. It definitely put a lot of detail in it, in her hair. I I can't, what was it? Skin tight suit that she wears is kind of resemblance of the Neptunia outfits that they wear. I can't really think cyber suits, I think that's what they're called. And man, they look amazing. I love how they put the detail in her belly button, because that's very, very Jason. And I love how they have the text on her, you know, crouch area, and just the thighs itself. This figure looks amazing. I wish we could have gotten more angles of this just to see the finer details of the back and the legs and everything, but regardless of the fact, it looks amazing. And when it's painted, easy instant buy. The next figure company we're going to be looking at is Pony Figure, which I don't know who those people are. That's a new one for me. But they have a Hatsune Miku 1/7 scale figure that they're going to be making a Daylight Fairy style figure. And it's not colored, but it looks super detailed while it's being in sculpt form. And oh my god, I mean, being a Hatsune Miku figure, this screams your typical Hatsune Miku figure. Not that that's a bad thing, just that it definitely is your typical Miku figure. And I love the way that the hair is flowing. I love these like butterfly wings, the nice butterfly dress that it has, the sculpt in that. And I love the shoes. I like that they kind of look like Converses or maybe some Nikes. I like that. And I love that this like this jock string, I don't think I'm saying that right, but it's like flowing. It kind of looks like a tail, but I can see the other one that's flowing right here too, but it looks amazing. It looks really cute. Next, we have a few figures from Prime 1 Studios. We have a 1/4 scale of Cammy from Street Fighter 6, and it looks so good. The detail on this figure is absolutely amazing. I love that it has all the like paint colors schemes that they have in the game flying up. I love that they have a nice good capture of the base from, you know, the UK or wherever she is in her stage. And the ass is looking good. I love that they have her in her iconic pose and just looks really cool. I feels like there's gonna be another version of this with her actual OG skin, and that is going to look even better, really cool as well to see. It looks like they don't have the straps at first, but when you look at it closely, it's behind her arm and they're flowing as well, because that's supposed to be a comment of her braids that she used to have. So I do love that. I love this pose. I love this so much. The detail on this is absolutely amazing. And I'm assuming this is going to be a lot of money. This looks heavy. This looks like it wouldn't fit in your typical detail or typical glass shelf. You would have to put this on like a shelf or something, because this looks like it's super heavy. Because she has all that she's carrying this. Okay, sorry. Next, we have a one of Jury as well that is not fully painted, but halfway painted, but it looks like it's going to be amazing. I love that they have Jury raising her feet, because that's, you know, her main attribute. It also has that Jury kind of grin and smile of her holding her fist. I don't know if this is like a winning pose for her, but I'm assuming since Cammy is one, I'm assuming this one is going to be good as well. I might not actually pick this one up, but the Cammy one, I might actually end up picking up because it looks really good. And I love Cammy. She's my second favorite character. Used to be first, but then Chun-Li took over as being my first from Street Fighter. Now, we're almost done. We only have a few more figures to look at, but we're going to try to get through them as quickly and fun as possible. But the next one we have is Prisma Wing. We have a few figures from them. We have a 1/7 scale of Rim and a wine glass. And it looks amazing. You know, I love this trend of the figures in a wine glass. I don't know where this started, but this one here of Rim and Rom in a wine glass is super nice, and I feels like it's accompanied to that. And the dress that she has looks like real fabric, and I just love the beautiful detail of her face. Now, it's hard to really gauge how well the face is because the pictures I'm not able to zoom in too much, but I just love this nice gentle feel, this elegant look of Rim, and it's Rim. Do I need to explain anything more about a Rim figure? I'm gonna be buying it regardless. And then which I wasn't expecting the counter for this. I was expecting Rom, but we're getting Echidna, which I'm not mad at because there's not that many Echidna figures out there. So, and this one is looking really good. I love how they have her dress hanging off on the side. I like that she has this nice elegant and dominant kind of feel to her, where she's like, yes, come taste a good taste of me. I don't know. But regardless of the fact, I love the detail of her hair, and her face looks amazing. And maybe it's time to invest into some other ReZero characters that's not just Rem, because I really love the look of this figure. There's not really much to say, but it looks really, really good. Next, we also have a 1/7 scale of Yuna from Kuma Bear, which is the one thing I love about this figure the most is the fur detail, and that is made to look like real fur, like she's in real life wearing a real fursuit, and I love it. I love her bear suit. I love this anime. It's a nice, fun, easy watch isekai of her going to a game, and I think there's been a lot of Kuma Bear figures recently of Yuma, and I think this one is the best one because it also comes with her little bears as well. Well, they're bigger in the game in the anime, but they're little bite size in here, and I just love the expression. This one-legged figure. I wish that base was like a grass base, like kind of a resemblance of a grass base, but regardless of the fact, the bear suit, I'm trying to say fur suit, but bear suit looks so good made. That wasn't even a proper sentence. The bear suit is super well detailed, and I love the way they made it. It looks like it's going to be super soft, and I cannot wait. Now, we got 4 figures from Proof, a newer company that I don't know about, but we have a Kana from Miss Dragon Age, Miss Kogabashi's Dragon Age, and it's just her relaxing, being cute Kana herself, her sitting down on a lounge chair, looking like she's eating a bunch of snacks, and it looks really cute. I mean, it's Kana. I don't think I really need to explain too much about Kana, but it's just Kana being cute and amazing, and I love her, and she looks adorable. Levi fighting the Beast Titan was like one of the greatest moments in Attack on Titan ever, because it was one of those moments that wasn't expected, but just went fucking ham, especially in the animation department. And I love that the base is the Beast Titan itself, and it's just like the head of it, because you know the Beast Titan is huge. But you got it of him almost being able to cut his neck. I feels like the only added thing would be him cutting his arm, because that's what happened a little bit. I mean, not to be spoiled too much, but I love that it's also like him spinning around, because he's like swinging off the Beast Titans, because okay, it's hard to talk about this figure without spoiling what happens, but this figure is so good. It's so good, and just because of how awesome it looks, I might have to pick it up. I don't buy a lot of male figures, but the way they captured is, in fact, that the Beast Titan is the base itself, is so cool. And I love the way they made Levi. His face is a little, but I feels like a lot of the budget went into the Beast Titan, because the Beast Titan looks immaculate. And next we have a figure of Kenshin from Rurouni Kenshin, and it's a 1/7 scale, and it looks superb. I love that Kenshin is getting a lot more love, especially with the remake, and I watched the first 2 seasons so far, and it looks amazing. I love that it has this water effect that has the leaves coming up off the ground out of the water, and it looks really cool. I love the base that is a rock of him like training, or I think this is a scene from the anime, but I can't remember which one it is. There's a lot of sword fighting, but regardless of the fact, it looks really cool. I love that Kenshin looks amazing, and he looks like he's ready to, you know, defend his lady. The next figure we have is Akebi Komachi from Akebi School Uniform, and this anime was absolutely gorgeous. It truly was one of those animes that I wasn't expecting to be so good, but when I watched it, it just put me in a very good, happy place mentally. And if you struggle with mental health, I implore you to watch this anime, because it will definitely leave a good lasting impression on you, because it's one of those anime where it's a girl who just wants to go to middle school wearing a school uniform just like her mother, and she meets other friends, and it's just such a happy, calm anime, which I might actually go watch again because it's so good. It's one of those great animes that you expect something to happen, but it doesn't. It's just a nice, simple slice of life, and it's a great anime. I really implore anyone to watch this anime, because it's really, really captured well. And the figure is adjacent to one of the moments that happens in the anime, and it's super beautiful, and I will definitely be pre-ordering this figure for sure because this anime was so beautiful. The next figure we have is an announcement from Q6, is from the plus size elf of Elfelda, and it's just been announced. There's nothing been shown for the figure, and I'm assuming it's going to be super cute and amazing. Next we have a few announcements from Q's Q with a few figures that I want to look at. First being Silveria from Valkyria Chronicles 4 in her military outfit, and it looks amazing. I think it's already been sculpted, but I can't tell if it's from the way the picture's shown. It looks like it's being announced, but I think the figure is already made and it's going to be coming out. But regardless, from the pictures that I'm seeing, I'm assuming this is the figure, and it looks super amazing. This is the second one that I was talking about before and early in the video of Severia, and it looks amazing. The only thing I wish they had is her rapier, and I think that would have been a nice added touch. I like the way her hair is flowing in the wind. I love the way the corset looks. It looks amazing. And then the other figure that I wanted to talk about is an announcement of a bunny style figure of Oyama from Oni Mai I Am Now Your Sister, and they didn't show what it looks like, but I'm assuming it's gonna look really cute. Next, we have a few figures from Spiritale and two announcements. The first being Soda and Viper from Nikke, which I'm super excited to see what they look like whenever they're made, because going off of my figure from Ryza from Spiritale, I can already tell they're gonna look super good, and I cannot wait to see what they look like. But we also have a brand new Ryza figure of a swimsuit, a 1/6 scale figure swimsuit version. It's her splashing in the water. I love the frill of her swimsuit. It's unpainted, and it has this nice, beautiful, sexy swimsuit. The abs look nice, the thighs look nice. It's Ryza, the hair detail, and I'm assuming once it's colored, it's gonna look superb. I'm assuming that's gonna be a white bikini. That's gonna be, because that's normally what they put on Ryza, but maybe they might surprise us with a different color, and I'm definitely looking forward to that, because if we seen that one, which you could definitely check out my unboxing for it with the in the cards up in the right, if you want to check that out, it's gonna look amazing. And then we have a Hatsune Miku 1/7 scale drawing figure, and good lord, this figure looks amazing. One, I love that she's like popping out of the drawing tablet, which looks amazing. And then her hair is also kind of supported as the base as well, but it like turns into like some flower petals. I'm assuming it's gonna be like Sakura petals or Sakura cherry blossom tree petals, and it flows into her hair. She has this giant edge drawing pen, and then her clothes, the style of her clothes looks amazing. Even if you look underneath her dress, the frills on her dress looks adjacent to the flower petals, and it looks amazing. She also has this cat tail because she's a super cute cat. You even see the cat ears up top, and you have the little cat with the eraser here, and then you have this halo. It kind of looks like it's kind of mimicking the Blue Archive Hatsune Miku, but I think it's maybe correlated to that, but it looks amazing regardless. And I'm assuming once this is painted, it's going to look gorgeous. And next we have a 1/6 scale of Marin. There's two different versions of a swimsuit version that's unpainted. I'm assuming the other one is going to be like a different faceplate. I'm assuming, because it'd be weird it'd be two different figures, but maybe one is supposed to be tan and one is not. That may be the case, but they have two different faceplates. And I love the detail on her bag. I love the adjacent that it looks almost like the shot from the anime. I'm assuming that it's going to be mostly mimicking her underwear swimsuit that she has when she's going over to his house to get the measurements. And I love that, you know, the detail on her toes, the abs is looking really nice, and it's just a nice Marin, you know, beautiful face, and it looks like it's going to be amazing. Next we have three figures from Wave, the first being a Bridget from Guilty Gear Strive, and oh my goodness, this looks so good. I love that he's doing a trick with the yo-yo. I don't know what trick, but this is my favorite character from Guilty Gear Strive, and I love that we're getting so many new Bridget figures, because for a long time there wasn't any, and now we have abundance of them, and this one looks amazing. It sucks that we don't get a shot of the full figure. There's only a thigh up shot of her, well, them, And I love the detail in the face. The face looks amazing. And then the hair detail, I love the nun shawl that they have, the nun hood that they have, and then just like the details of their dress, their clothing, and then the whole coat. It looks so good. Like the bagginess in it, they captured the Bridget so well. Then we have another Onimai figure, but this one is of Kaede, and it's a swimsuit version. And I swear, Wave, I don't know who they are. I don't think I've ever had a figure from them before, but they capture faces so well, because it literally is like they pulled out the character from the anime, and it looks so detailed. I cannot wait to see what it looks like colored, and I'm sure that this figure is going to have so many different bright, vibrant colors to it, and it's gonna look so good when it's done. I cannot wait to see what it's colored. But again, you can't see the full figure, which I would love to see the base for. I don't know why a lot of the pictures are so close up on the figures, and it's a shame because we can't see the full figure. But regardless of the fact, I like the way it looks. And then we have one of a fully painted Ariru from Miss Kobashi's Dragon Mage. It's on 1/7 scale, and it's in her full dragon form, and it looks amazing. I mean, face detail is so good, and the vibrance of the colors is immaculate. I love this nice, good, evil grin that she has, and I just love the way the figure just looks. Her claws, oh my god, it's so good. I wish, again, we could see the full figure, but regardless of the fact, this one might be an easy pre-order when it does come out, because I would love to see what it looks like in person and on my show. All right, and finally we're on the last one announcement and figure for this video. This was a long video. I had to take many breaks for it, but let's wrap it up. We have a 1/7 scale figure of Ryza from the Azur Lane collab, and it looks like it's going to be adjacent to the key art for that. It's going to be a lingerie Ryza figure, and it's going to look good because the art already looks good. But then we have a 1/7 scale of Malmo from Apothecary Diaries, and this is mostly for my wife because this is her favorite character right now, and they captured the garden style look so well. It has that beautiful, vibrant look from the anime. It has her, tasting. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but it looks so good. I love that the base is the rug that she was sitting on, the detail in the kimono, and just the look that she has. Oh my god, it's so superb. And I'm sure my wife already says she's already pre-ordering this, and it's going to be an instant bot. So whenever this comes out, we're definitely going to have it. But this figure looks so good, so well detailed. Now, welcome back to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed all of that. There was a lot of figures that I wanted to talk about, and this video is already pretty long already, so let's get into the ones that I wanted to talk about. So we are here on SmileFest 2024's website, and there's a few scale figures that they posted new. The ones that we've already talked about, we're not going to talk about at all, because I've already did a video on that. If you want to check that out, you can. But there are a few that I want to talk about so far, which is this Haisho Marin 30 years old outfit figure from Max Factory, and it looks amazing. I love that it has her nice smug Maureen kind of smile, her sitting on the throne like she normally does, her thighs and the details scaling into this figure looks amazing. The paint job looks beautiful. Depending on how much the price is for this, I might actually end up picking this up, but that is a pretty nice figure. The next one is going to be a scale figure from Good Smile Company of Hatsune Miku, wearing a yukata beauty looking dress, looking from the back, and the yukata on this is absolutely gorgeous, super superb. I like the detail in it. I like how they show all the different finer details of the yukata. Even from the back, tie ribbon looks actually like real fabric. And I like that even the yukata itself looks fabric. I love the way that her hair is tied in that traditional Japanese style, and it looks really cool. I can't wait to see the front. I don't know why they didn't show any shots from her from the front, but this does look really good. And for a Good Smile Hatsune Miku figure, I might actually buy this depending on how much it is. And the next one scale figure I'm going to be looking at is Taiga Asuka from Toradora. That's unpainted, and it's her holding, it looks like a sword or a bamboo sword, and her wearing a wedding dress, assuming that it looks like. It's hard to tell with it not painted, but it does look amazing. I feels like has been a nice good rise of Taiga figures, or at least there's always one Taiga figure every year. And for people who loves Toradora and Taiga, I think that's a good win for a lot of people. And I really love this dress. I like how the detail of the frills of the dress looks. And I also like the rose. I like her stance that looks very positive. I like the dynamic of her hair and this good Taiga look. The face sculpt looks really good. I cannot wait to see what this looks like painted. Now, moving into a few pop-up parades, which is the last ones that I would like to look at and see. The next one being is Pop-Up Parade Wiz large scale on large size, and it looks really good. Now, it does still have that Pop-Up Parade kind of feel to it, but it does have some finer detail because it's a much bigger figure. I like the expression, I like the hair, the details to an extent is really good. There could be a little bit more shading on the figure that I would like, but you know, I feels like the obvious signs of this figure is shining really well for this figure. And because it's Wiz, and you don't normally see a Wiz pop-up parade or figures nowadays, I might actually end up picking this up. But one that I know for sure that I'm going to pick up is Bailiff from Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's a pop-up parade, and it looks like it's going to be amazing. It's not painted yet, but I can already imagine what it's going to look like. And I like that she's holding her hero sword in this nice good stance. I like that she has this kind of like attacking face looking on, and then I like the detail of the coat that's, you know, it's kind of blowing into the wind. And I just like the finer details on her leggings and thighs, and then all this other stuff. It looks really good, and I probably will be picking this up. And the last figure that we're going to talk about is the Pop-Up Parade Nor from Persona 5, and it looks really, really good. I love the color. The color scheme looks really great. I think they did really great on the shading, and the detail, the finer details like on her face and the flower in her hair looks really good. And I like the pose as well. Haru in Noir wasn't my favorite character because she comes so late within the game. However, I do appreciate anything from Persona 5. So most likely I'm probably going to end up picking this up for my Persona 5 collection. And that was pretty much all the figures that I saw that I would love to get for my collections. Now there's a bunch of other figures from, you know, Street Fighter 6, and then there was a bunch of Figmas, but I don't really normally go after Figmas, but there are some that were really cool, like this Maricel that looks really good, and a couple of Nandroids that looks really good, like the Uma Musumes that got announced, and a few other ones that got announced that I particularly don't care for or haven't seen the show to really comment on. But other than that, there's like the Albedo one that looks really good, and that's about it that I truly care about. Like this Albedo looks really, really nice. I really like this one a lot, but I don't really collect Androids, but that's about it. And that's going to do it for the Smile Fest 2024 figures that got announced at the last little bit for this video. So I didn't want to make a full video on its own because I feels like for the amount of figures that they shown that I cared about, it wouldn't have been like that worthy of a video on its own. But I did want to talk about it nonetheless, just in case someone was curious if I was going to do a follow-up video for it. So now I'm just going to fit this all into one video. So with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy my WonderFest 2024 figures review and figures that I might end up picking up in the future from Nikke, Ryza, and the few ones that from SmileFest 2024 that was left over and announced. But whatever the case, let me know how you guys felt about this video. This is my first time really trying to get back into figure reviews, and my first time kind of doing this kind of video. So if you guys did enjoy this video and you'd like to see more of this kind of stuff, let me know by hitting the like button, subscribing for more, and I will see you guys in the next video next time. Bye me.